Welcome all my DJs. Hope you're all still alive. After that, coffee is hot. Holy shit. After that amazing dump we had, a quick little flush out of leverage about 2 nights ago. I hope all of you DJs had your stop losses in place and you weren't too over leveraged. Myself, uh, before I went to bed, I actually saw that we were pulling back quite aggressively. So I put stop losses on all my trades, and I put a lot of my trades to break even. So I think all my trades were stopped out. I think one was stopped out for a small loss, and the others were all stopped out for break even. So very important. Let it be a lesson to you guys. Uh, Before, if you're not in front of your charts, put stop losses in, guys, and never be over leveraged. I'm sure the guys that love their leverage really got hammered, and a lot of you that didn't have stop losses in, I feel sorry for you. But I think most of your, if you were in spot, it wouldn't have been such a hectic one because we got quite an aggressive bounce on majority of the tokens. Especially your AI coins, and I think there was a few others that had very um, quick, fast bounces back, and that gives us a good clue to what narratives are going to pump in the next few days, and we'll speak about that in the remainder of the stream. But AI definitely a narrative that's going to be pumping in the next few days. I've got quite. Uh, how many coins? How many tokens do I have in my long term? I've got two AI positions in my long term that's up massively, and I'm expecting them to do quite well as well. There is some trades, but some of them has already started to move. So one of those things. But let's quickly go through the charts. I'm going to show you what my trades did, what new trades I am in, and what new trade setups I'm looking at. So let's quickly let me change over to the charts here. Bam, just like that, we're on to the charts. Gotta love technology. Okay, so let's start from the beginning. We're not going to go through all of it. You know the drill. I'm only going to show you the good ones. Um, I do the work for you to go through a lot of charts every day to get the best setups and the hot narratives. So you guys don't have to do it. I spend endless time going through chart after chart, scouring the crypto market for the next big moves that come in. I have a pretty good system in place that hasn't let me down to yet, which I use on a continuous basis to tell me what's hot, what to look at next. So uh, let's look at Pocket Network first. This thing is super low. You really have to go out, and this one is worth watching. The only thing I don't like about it is that we below the 200 on multiple time frames, and that basically tells us, hey, it's bullish. We might be looking at a larger time. Well, the 12 hour is not so far under, and your RSIs are super low. I mean, last time your RSI was so super low, you got this bump. So your RSI is super low. So if this way can get back your 200, and these can come back down, your stocks are also very low, very oversold. So if this one can bounce, this one can give us a decent move. So definitely one that you can be watching. I'm not saying we're going to get a trade in the next day or 2 days, but definitely start watching this one because the next move for it is close. Then Next one that you can be looking at at a good spot. They already bounce. Man, these coins bounce so fast. I'm actually in it on my long-term portfolio, but there was a very, you could have taken a very aggressive trade right there with a stop loss just below your 200. Not a bad risk to reward. And well, let's measure the risk to reward. Let me not bump over my coffee here, that would be disastrous. So let's take the measured move. So let's take this move over here. That should be play out. Let's map the target. See if this will definitely be worthwhile. I can already gauge it. So we're looking at more or less a target of 5.77. Your risk to reward's amazing. Can't ask for better. And definitely I would make, what you can do is your 4-hour tells you, the stocks tells you can come back down and reset. At that point, when this chucks along, you might even get a better entry around here somewhere. So what I would do is I would wait for the 4-hour to reset and then try and get in here in this area over here. What you also can do is, well, I wouldn't really split my trade in two here, but if you're not going to be in front of the charge, you can take maybe enter 50% of your position now and put the other 50% down this area here, maybe 3.05. So that's also one thing you can do if you don't feel like watching the charts all the time. So big time that trade we were in, we got super close after that massive flash out of leverage. Everything dumped like crazy. Bitcoin, I think, dumped like 50% during the night. Well, it was my night. I was fast asleep during the dump. But it bounced back very fast, and it just shows you the strength of Bitcoin currently. Any dip is being bought up super fast, and that's a really good thing. But we might have to watch out that they're not gonna play in this zone. Let's go to Bitcoin. What I mean is we must be careful. Let's get off wrist, clean up here a bit. Let's take off everything. Right now we're in this zone, so we must be careful that they don't play us in this zone. So in this zone they can bring us back down, boom, then take us up again, bring us back down, take us up again, and then eventually go. So be careful that you don't try and enter any aggressive trades. If you want to trade it, you should be having a decent size in your long-term portfolio. That's just me. Just some word for the wise. So be careful that they don't play you in this range over here. If they do, a trade in these bottom areas would be spectacular. So I think that we might just be stuck in this range for a little bit, but we'll see about that. Let's see. Your 6 hours is pretty low on the stocks. Your 12 hours is pretty low on the stocks, but your daily is coming down on the stocks. You're very far from your 21, and you will always come back to your 21. You will never pump too far away from your 21. Here's a good example. Is you pumped super, then it hung out here for a little bit, waited for the 21, then we pumped again, and then here we pumped a lot away from the 21. We hand out, waited for the 21, and then we pumped. We are super far away from the 21. So we might just chuckle on here, do something like this, wait for the 21 to come back, and then maybe overstart. Then only start some type of a move. I don't think it will wait around for the 200. It's the 200, it's going to be dragging along. I mean, that we way past the halving. So, but your 21 daily definitely, it tells me we way overheated and we definitely gonna get some type of a bigger correction. And already this quick dip, aggressive dip, tells me it's not gonna be a small correction like we had previously. That's just what my 12 years of experience tells me, but we'll see how things plays out. So let's get back into this. I'll give you an update on my Mina trade. This one, unfortunately, we did get stopped out. We took about a 13% loss over here. Not the end of the world. Bounced back very quickly, and this is a done deal. Let's take it off. We are getting your moving edges are super tight. We know what happens when it gets super tight. You get an explosive move. So Minas might still go, but I'm not. I would have really liked to have caught it in this bottom areas. Let's see what the bigger time frames are telling us. This one can definitely get some love there. We bounce perfectly off your 12 hour for 200. So I'll just track this one. I'm not in love with taking a trade in this area. I'm super picky when it comes to picking my spots where to enter the markets, and I never chase. That's one thing you will notice about me. I used to, back in the day, used to really get FOMO and jump into nasty trades while it was just breaking out, going, it's going to go without me. But with experience and with wisdom, you learn not to do that. So next one, Jasmine. This one stopped us out for break even. Let's clean up here as well a bit. And I think we're going to also form some part of a bigger correction over here. So right now we can already see we're in something like this. Ascending channel normally break down most of the time, and they break down to where they begin. So I'm not too eager to jump into this again. So just tracking it for now. You can actually take that off now as well. Okay, now we get to the juicy setups that I'm tracking. Next, we can bounce off this bottom area. That would be awesome. And do like a quick bounce of the 200, and then we can see like maybe getting the entry in this zone over here. So watch this one. I don't want it to dip below the 200 for too long, otherwise it's bearish. You know this. And of course we need to stay above this point of control. Your stock's pretty high, so telling me this one can come down. Maybe tomorrow there might be a trade on this one, so keep this one on your watch list. Palm AI, it just took off like a rocket. I was still waiting, considering the entry down here somewhere, and then I got busy of course, like life always does, and it just bam, it just blasted, and it went exactly to our profit target. That would have been a fantastic 94% gain. But there's always, remember this golden rule. If you don't get upset with setups you miss. There's always going to be another setup around the corner. Mavia doing pretty well. Was also looking for a entry down here. Maybe we just below the point of control on this one. So maybe if this one gives us another, I think, this structure actually tells me that we can come back down one more time. I'll be very glad if it does, because then I'll definitely take an entry in this area over here, like an aggressive entry, and even if this can come back down, reset, and then come back down to this area, I will consider an entry. So watch Mavia, don't chase it now, because if you're going to chase it now, you're going to jump in here and it's going to do this, and chances are it will just take out your stop and go. So don't chase it, guys. Zeta, I added on this one. It's in my long-term portfolio, so I added a nice little second position down here, doing quite well. We just be above the 200 as well on the 4 hour, which is very good. Then Ozone, this one can also be a good entry for us. Remember when I said here there was an entry, but I see it coming back down again. So I'll be looking for this to bounce from this area, bounce off the 200, and try and get in here in this area. Liking how low this is. Both of these are pretty low, so I'm liking that. Then Gearbox. This one can also, maybe do something like this. Maybe come back down, but I will wait for it to interact with the 200. You can see here your 400 Stokes are pretty beat, so that needs to come back down. So this might even come back down like this and then only go. If that's the case, I will try and get an entry in this area over here. Here's what I'm going to do with this one. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do with that one. So I am going to put my first entry right there. It's a pretty strategic position, and just in case we dip down lower, I'm going to put a second entry there, maybe even a third one here. So I'm going to break this position into three. Put these limit orders, and let's just see where I'm comfortable to put a stop loss. Right, there's a value node. Below that, that's a bit too, I would say, I don't really want to take more than 11% on this. Maybe give it a little bit of leeway, 15%. Yeah, definitely. So this is what I'm gonna do, guys. I'm gonna split this. My first long is gonna be there, and then stop loss will also go there. So you can do maybe like a 25%, then another one there, and then your last one there. So that's what I'm gonna do on this one, guys, and let's see how that plans out. PNG. Still hanging around here. I'm still expecting this to maybe drop down more and maybe interact with the 200. So I'm just tracking this one for now. Unibot, of course, for those who did get in, well done. This one I think will definitely go to its profit target over here. You still got some. Let's see how much you will be up now. you're up 23%. You still have another 50% to go before your TPs. Then Sui, this one, it was actually, we had quite an aggressive bounce. Let's go to the 4-hour. Quite an aggressive bounce here, but see how we are at the top here. We well below the 200, so I'm thinking we're going to come back down again one more time, and maybe then this will come back down and these others will follow, and then eventually we can maybe try and get like an entry further along. I don't know if we'll can do such an aggressive entry, but maybe here somewhere we can do like a entry. So just watching this one as well. Osmo finally started to go. This one was doing nothing for a very long time, and very bearish on it. If you look at the higher time frame, bounced perfectly off your 400. Listen to me, 400. Your 212 hours, we bounced perfectly, got above a point of control, and if we can get above this zone over here, it's go, go, go. We'll definitely go to your profit target with ease. So well done if you caught the Osmo train. ENS, of course, we didn't catch, would have been a nice trade. Even those dips, that dip would have probably have taken you up for break even, because you definitely moved your stop loss to break even if this went. Conic, I'm also watching. Conic Finance, if it can come back down here, it would be super. I think your 12-hour. Yeah, so what I don't like about this one, we below your 200 on multiple time frames. I think only the 200, only your daily, we above. So if we can come back down, maybe bounce off this one, then we can consider entry. So I'm looking for entry down in this bottom area over here. Dimension, however you want to pronounce it. Of course, this were one of the trades we were in, but it took us out for break even, and it bounced perfectly off your wedge pattern line over here. It bounced perfectly off there, but where's your 200 on the 1 hour? There, we crossed it. This breakout would have been a nice trade. Fortunately, we didn't get it. Is it too late to enter now? Yeah, a little bit too late. So don't change it. Wait for these to reset. If we still have an entry, we can maybe consider it. AP, we also took a loss on this one. This thing was something like this, and that wick just boom, just took us out. We went through Bitcoin, AI. Ooh, this coin. Look there, guys. Look here. Perfect. This would have been perfect entry. Look here. You low here on your RSI. It was super low here on your stocks, and you were bouncing on the fair touch of this correction line over here. And as soon as you got in above the 200, it was go time, man. Could have opened up a trade. This thing would have banned there, and I'm guessing it might still have a little bit of gas in the tank. So if we take I did take the measured move. Well, let's just do it from this area a little bit higher. So this one has still got some gas in the tank, definitely. Watch out, the next 2 weeks is going to be hot. AI is going to be hot, guys. So maybe this one is pulling back very sharply. maybe if we can get the type of a correction over here, maybe I would consider taking this one if the risk to reward is worth it. So let's keep this one on our watch list for now. We can just track it. Jeep, of course, also. Oh, wow. Beautiful beautiful. It would have been a beautiful entry. Super low stocks. Your RSI wasn't too bad. You had like boom. We bounced off your 200 perfectly. When you got back into the correction, there would have been a fantastic entry. The yappers yapping. Okay, so ICP we got stopped out. Pity, we were up huge at one stage of ICP, but that nasty dump took us out for break even. Not in a haste to enter again. Casper was pretty good entry, I feel. Your stocks is a little bit too high. So I feel your stocks needs to come back down, so maybe you can do something like this. And then maybe we can get some type of an entry if we get above the 200 here. But Casper, super bullish. One of my biggest earners to date. Orange Ball, I saw this one bounced off here, and we actually just dipped below the 200. So let's go to the lower time frames and see what we can see what's going on here. So if this one can give us a bounce off this area, I wouldn't mind taking an entry. The only problem is your stop might be a little bit big. Let's map out the trade before we do anything. So maybe there. Risk to reward is no doubt. I mean, you're looking at a 128% gain here, and this one can do it easily. So yeah, let's wait for your 4 hour to reset and see where we are if we're still in this vicinity when this has reset. I will definitely take the trade. Tectum is back in my kill zone, but I wanted to bounce, respect this line, this triangle correction line, get back to 200, above the 200, bounce, get above the 200, then I will consider this entry. So I'm super close to entering this Tectum. You guys can have if I show you, let's show you the bigger time frame. This one has got a very nice juicy move. Let's say even if we just trade that measured move, it's going to be nice. 94%. But we could even get this bigger measured move, which will give you 130%. So watch this one. Look how low that is. Super low on the 12 hour. Very bullish on this one. Watching this one close. Then some trades I am in currently. I got, wow, fantastic. Got into Relio, and it's banning to the upside. This one 80% in gain. I am going for a 68% profit target. So this one doing very, very well. I'll probably move this to stop loss to break even already. Then this one I might just have to cut my loss here eventually, but still bullish, still very bullish on this 404 aliens play. This is pretty low, so it might come back up. It was a little bit silly to have entered this below the 200, but in any case, this one will eventually go, and I will make back whatever I lose on this small loss over here. Mobile also seems to be doing very well. I also look here, super low Stokes. You had like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touches, got above the 200, and it was go time. I entered this trade. So this one currently 13% so far, not too bad. Then on NIA, I took this beautiful trade yesterday. Um, I, I would have actually have liked to have got into in this area, but and I might just take my profit if it can get. We're in this flag. This might come back up here, and I'll probably just take my profit over here. But I went into this one pretty decent size bag, so I'm already up huge in profit. So if when it gets up here, I'll be smiling very wide. So that's basically it that I'm checking now, guys. Um, should be excited. We chucking along. Uh, I want to show you my portfolio, but just to brag a little bit. But my portfolio is reserved for my trading group. Um, if you like to join the trading group, you can just give me an email, give me a shout out on email, and I'll give you instructions how to join the Discord trading group. There I basically give you all my setups that I'm looking at all my trades, my portfolio, all my stuff I have in my portfolio. So um, if that sounds good to you, just give me a shout out. It's at $80 per month, very low compared to other places and other influencers. So that's it for me, guys. Cheers for now. Trade well, my friends. Keep it real. Cheers.